Houston tonight. They're in the third inning there. Meanwhile, first facing the prospect of having a 10-game homestand, 0-4 if they lose after the Reds swept. 1-2 to Dunn. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 17 homers for Adam. Homered earlier on this road trip in Chicago. And a 2-2 swing and a bounce to first base side. Lights are on here at dusk in St. Louis in this new ballpark. As Marty mentioned, they just opened up the seats that were not open yet when we were here in April. The left field stands just opened up on the beginning of this homestand last week. 2-2 up and in on Dunn. 3-2. Dupont right at 50 pitches here in the third inning. Junior double to lead off the inning. He leads from second. Here's a 3-2 to Dunn. He'll take it up and in. Ball 4. So Dunn is on. The first 2 men reach in this inning. First walk issued by Jeff Dupont. The Reds have a couple of base runners now for Austin Kearns, who you probably know had a big day yesterday, a couple of home runs, and was hit by a pitch yesterday in that 11-inning win in Houston. Kearns popped out to the second baseman, Miles, his first time. He's up there with first and second. Nobody out. Hannibal, the on-deck hitter. Dupont to the belt, the pitch. Swing and a miss by Kearns. Dupont, when he's on, gets a lot of ground ball out. Throws that 2-seam fastball. Tonight, second inning, in which the Reds scored a couple of runs. But the play by Clausen. Hannibal now a 2-for-15 road trip. Here's a pitch to him, and he'll take a strike. Inside corner at the knees. Hannibal playing first tonight, and Aurelia playing third base, and then Encarnacion gets the night off. 2-2 game, third inning. They shade Hannibal around to the right, playing him as a pull hitter in the outfield, and on the infield as well. Pitch. And it's bounced foul, first base side. As again, they pitch him down and in. 0-2 on Hannibal, and he checks his bat to see if he might have cracked it. Bangs the handle of the bat in the dirt. Decides that it is still in one piece. Hannibal has a bat he once used in the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. We saw when we were there a couple of weeks ago. Now time is called. That was the bat he used when he was with Boston. The team he came up with years ago when he hit into a triple play and hit a grand slam in the same game. And that bat is at the Hall of Fame and is not currently on display. It was in the basement area where they store stuff that is rotated out of the display cases currently, but they had it out as the Reds took a tour through there. Quite an accomplishment. Triple play, grand slam, same game. 0-2. Junior's at second. Dunn is at first. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a shot foul off to the right, off the screen, and netting in front of the St. Louis dugout. Reds plug out the third base side. Junior's been at second base for a long time. He led off the inning with a double, and there's an off-speed pitch that's low. Bounces out of the glove of Molina, but he keeps it within reach and keeps the runners where they are. 1-2. 336 down the left field line here at New Busch Stadium. 335 down the right field line. The alleys are 375. 400 to straightaway center. And the 1-2 to Hatteberg. Swinging a bouncer to second. Miles to his right. Let's to his shortstop for one. Next time the relay got it. 4-6-3 double play. And the Reds fail to capitalize. So at the bottom of the third in St. Louis, Reds and Cardinals are tied at 2.
Life can be difficult for children.
We move to the third inning, and a man named So will lead off the inning. So Taguchi, their center fielder, with Edmonds playing first base and not at full strength. Taguchi, a very good outfielder, playing there now, and he looks at ball one from Clausen in a 2-2 game in the third. Clausen winds and delivers to this right-hand batter, and a swing and a shot down the right field line, slicing foul and into the seats. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Reds. 2-3-0 for St. Louis. Scott Hatteberg bouncing into a double play after Kern struck out. Reds getting the first 2 men on, but couldn't do anything with it in the top of this third inning, so it remains tied. Aurelia in on the edge of the grass at third base, and Taguchi takes a strike, and it's 1-2. Taguchi having a nice year. He's hitting, came in, actually he's still hitting 295. Not a power hitter, but gets on base quite a bit. He's a very good outfielder. Ground ball, diving play at first by Hatteberg. Gets up, flips to Clausen for the out. Super play by the Reds first baseman Scott Hatteberg, diving to his right as Taguchi goes the other way, and then Clausen over to cover first to get Taguchi, the all-important first out of the inning. And this will be Rolen now, who drove in a run with a base hit in the first inning, and he later was stranded at third. He was at third with nobody out. They could get no more than the 2 runs they got when Rolen was at the plate. There was an error on that play as well by Aurelia that allowed another run to come in. Rolen looks at his strikes. Rolen has now driven in 34 runs, which leads tonight's lineup. It's not even close to the number Pujols has, but he's on the disabled list. Pitch up and in. Pujols outside because nobody really knows. Straight away for Scott Rolen. He's now hit in 10 straight games with his base hit to left in the first tonight. Here's the 2-1 from Clausen. Strike called on the outside corner. Reading up about the Reds on the internet, thanks to our friends at Roadrunner High Speed Online from Time Warner Cable. Time Warner Cable, the power of you. Somewhat historic sweep by the Reds over the weekend, at least in recent history. Swing and a pop-up right side, foul ground. Hatteberg gives it a look, but it's just the first row behind the St. Louis dugout. The Reds sweeping a series, a 3-game series, for the first time at Minute Maid Park. First series win there since August of '03. First series sweep of any kind in Houston since '99. But they hadn't swept a 3-game series there, it turns out, since the World Championship wire-to-wire team in 1990. There's a fly ball to left. Got under it. Dunn went back. Now comes in. Plenty of time. Makes the catch. So actually it had been more than 16 years since the Reds had swept a 3-game series in Houston. That sweep in '99 was a 4-game series. Here's Juan Encarnacion. Last time the Reds played the Cardinals in Cincinnati, we had Encarnacion's batting cleanup for both teams. Edwin for the Reds, Juan for St. Louis. Reds won that game. This Encarnacion, a former Red, and he takes the ball high. He popped out to Hatteberg, foul his first time. 2-2 game, bottom of the third. Pitch from Clausen, taken for a strike. Both these starters have gotten high pitch counts early, which in both cases is not really anything new. 1-1 swing and a foul out of play off to the right. Ball caroms off the facing of the middle deck and lands down in the lower deck here at Busch Stadium 3. 1-2, that's outside. Sportsman's Park, the ballpark that preceded The previous Busch Stadium was in its last few years called Busch Stadium, and then they built Busch Memorial Stadium, which was right next to where we are right now, and then this place opened this year. 2-2. Swing and a line drive past Brandon Phillips into right center field. Base hit. Junior over to cut it off, and Encarnacion has a 2-out single. So Clausen making a bid for a 1-2-3 inning, unsuccessful, and here will be Edmonds, who they're looking for him to be a hero. Him and Roland, guys like that, with Pujols out. Edmonds, as Marty mentioned, has been ailing. Playing first base again tonight. In this game, he struck out his first time after a 3-for-3 Sunday. Runner at first, 2 down. Left-handed hitter. Lefty Clausen delivers. Swing and a foul out of play off to the left. Clausen leans in for a sign from David Ross. Encarnacion leads from first. Hatteberg holds him on. Pitch called strike. 0-2. Breaking ball from Clausen. Edmonds hasn't hit a home run in almost a month, and he'll take it way up high. Of course, he's been ailing, so he hasn't been playing every day. He's the rare left-handed hitter who hits the high pitches a long way. Usually the stereotypical left-handed hitter hits the low pitches well, but Edmonds hits them low, but especially hits them well when they're up high, and he fouls that one straight back. Yankees pounding Boston 13-3 now in the 5th inning. Messina and Beckett started that game. Cubbies leading 7-0 over Houston now in the 4th. Pitch. Swing and a foul back. Well, you knew the Cubbies were going to start playing better at some point. They had such a woeful month of May, and as we mentioned, this last week when the Reds were in there, they took 2 out of 3, and suddenly things are a little brighter for them as they await the return of Derek Lee. Here's the 1-2. Checked his swing, I think, on a ball, and yes, he did. They appeal to the third base umpire. That's Jeff Nelson. He says that Edmonds didn't go around 2-2. That's really been a curse on first baseman in this division. Casey with Pittsburgh, Pujols with the Reds, Lee with the Cubs. Aurelia was out with the Reds for a while. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. Of course, Bagwell, I guess, doesn't count because he hasn't been really able to play from the start, as they tried to play in spring training and wasn't able to for Houston. 3-2 on Edmonds now, and the pitch. Runner goes. It's taken for ball 4. Off-speed pitch misses outside. And Clausen has walked his first batter of the second batter of the evening. So with 2 outs, they get a base hit by Encarnacion. Edmonds walks, and here's the young player Hector Luna, who's having a nice season. He's bounced to first base in this game. Right-handed hitter, former Rule 5 pick by them, out of the Cleveland system, playing left field tonight. Pitch to him, taken outside for a ball. Two-two game, bottom of the 3rd. Clausen about to throw his 72nd pitch here in the 3rd inning. Here it comes. Inside. St. Louis with 2 in the 1st, and the Reds with 2 in the 2nd, and here comes Tom Hume out for a visit as Clausen struggles. Let's check score. 13-3 Yankees over Boston in the 5th inning. Baltimore leads Toronto 4-0 in the 7th. Limited slate in the American League. Tampa Bay 2-0 over the Angels in the 7th. Kansas City at Seattle later, the finale of that series. National League, the Cubs lead 7-0 at Houston. Carlos Zambrano pitching well, and he hit a home run in that game. And they lead 7-0 in the 4th at Houston. Struggling Milwaukee leading at home in the 4th. 4-1 over San Diego. Washington, which has been surging, they're leading Atlanta 5-4 in the 7th. 2-0 on Luna. The pitch to him. Taken for a strike at the knees. Fastball from Clausen. Pittsburgh 1-0 lead over Colorado in Denver in the 1st inning. Later on, the Phillies at Arizona. Corey Lytle and Brandon Webb in that one, and Florida at San Francisco later as well. And the 2-1 taken for a strike. 2-2. Whatever Tom Hume said has worked apparently these last couple of pitches anyway. After falling behind 2-0, Luna also showing some patience up there, figuring he wanted to see Clausen throw strikes, make him throw strikes. 2-2, and that swung on a tap foul off to the left. Encarnacion singled with 2 outs in this inning, and then Edmonds walked. And now Luna is up there with Molina on deck. If Clausen can get this batter, he'd get the lower third of their batting order in the next inning. Pitch inside, and he's worked a full count. He was low and in and moved Luna back off the plate. So Clausen is 1-4 on the road this year. Struggling with his command here with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Runners go. Pitch is swung on a miss. He struck him out with a fastball, hitting 90 on the guy. And he gets out of it. First strikeout for Clausen. He goes to the 4th inning. 2-2 Cincinnati Bell. Radio Network. This is Rolo. Executive Cellular Network. An authorized dealer of cellular wireless for a million Wiggins-Spread. It's got to be. A couple of base runners in the 3rd inning. Each pitcher gets out of it unscathed, and each pitcher gets to face the lower third of the other team's lineup in the 4th inning. In the Reds' case, that means that Supon's going to face Phillips, Ross, and Clausen. And Brandon swings and grounds it right at Eckstein, the shortstop, and he'll fire his strike to Edmonds. 1 pitch, 1 out. 2-2 game. 2-6-1 Cincinnati. 2-4-0 St. Louis. 8-10 starts each of the next 2 nights. Milton and Carpenter tomorrow. Harang and Ponson Wednesday. Then the Reds open a homestand, and they've got 10 games, all attractive opponents. You've got the Cubbies for 4. You've got the Brewers for 3. And then a week from Friday, the world champion White Sox for 3. Concluding that homestand on Father's Day a week from Sunday. So we hope to see you out at Great American Ballpark. Thursday and Friday will be 7-10 starts when the Reds get home later this week. Batter is Ross. He looks at a breaking ball outside from Suppan. Ross singled and later scored in the 2nd inning. Wind of the pitch from Suppan. Taken low. You'll get to see Arroyo. Bronson Arroyo pitched Thursday night against the man he's homered against twice this year. Glendon Rush pitching for the Cubs Thursday night. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ball outside. Maddox is going to go Friday night. They'll see a future Hall of Famer against Elizardo Ramirez. Austin and Zambrano on Saturday night. Zambrano pitching tonight. He'll pitch again Saturday night. Just as Boston will pitch. Ball 4 outside. So a 4-pitch walk to David Ross. He's on for the 2nd time, and that's the 2nd walk for Suppan. Sunday, Eric Miller, Gary Wood. It'll be a fun weekend for the Cardinals. Northern Cup, Suppan. And Sunday, Eric Miller, Gary Wood. It'll be a fun game in that category now. And so, runner in scoring position for Felipe Lopez. He drove in 2 in the 2nd inning. A soft liner to left. Brought in Phillips and Ross in the 2nd inning tonight. So Lopez 1 out of 2. He's now got 22 RBIs on the year. Runner at 2nd is Ross with 2 outs. down and in. Lopez switch hitter, that's left-handed. They skate him around to the right in the outfield and on the infield. Quite a gap between the shortstop Enstein playing the only runner at second and Roland at third base. Miles on the end of the ground at second base. Outfield. And the pitch. Inside corner for a strike from Jeff Suppan. Lopez hasn't hit a home run since the 16th of May at Pittsburgh. He is overdue. The guy that hit over 20 last year. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him, and a breaking ball misses low. Now the Cubs lead Houston 8-0 in the fifth inning down at Minute Maid Park. So a good play by Taguchi, a good accurate throw, and the ball was hit kind of in his vicinity. He got to it in a hurry. The Reds had the catcher running. Mark Berry sending him with 2 outs and forcing the good throw, and certainly got one from Taguchi, and he nails David Ross sliding in at home plate as Molina put the tag down, and so the Reds unable to score in that inning as Lopez gets the base hit, but unable to bring in the run, and so it remains 2-2. And the batter will be Yadier Molina, their catcher, who has hit in 5 straight games. Still looking for his first homer of the year. In fact, neither of their catchers has homered this year as of yet. Their pitchers have more homers than their catchers. They have 2. Molina swinging a miss at a curveball. Mulder has a homer, and Adam Wainwright has a homer, but neither of their catchers have homered yet. Molina very good defensively, still trying to find his way offensively. Right now his batting average at .201, and a swing and a fly ball to center. Junior going back toward right center, waiting for it, makes the catch, a step from the warning track for the out. Clausen facing the bottom third of this batting order, trying to go 1-2-3. He'll face Aaron Miles now. Miles struck out swinging his first time. He's had a lot of success against lefties this year. He struck out swinging in the second. Jeff Suppan, their pitcher, is on deck. 2-2 game here in the fourth. Clausen delivers, and showing bunt and pulling the bat back and taking a ball is Aaron Miles, switch hitter, batting right-handed. St. Louis with 2 in the first, Reds with 2 in the second. They shade Miles around to the right in the outfield. Third baseman is in. Pitch is way outside. That pitch was clocked at 87 miles per hour. Brought to you by Roadrunner High Speed Online from Time Warner Cable. Time Warner Cable, the power of you. Called strike. Clausen looks in for a sign from David Ross. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and it's a strike called on the outside corner. Next pitch will be number 85 for Clausen here in the fourth. Trying to have a quick fourth inning to be able to stay in this game a little bit longer. 2-2 pitch. That misses down and away, and it's a full count. Too many full counts tonight, that's for sure. Reds have been getting so many innings from their starting pitchers this year. 3-2. Swing and a foul out of play off to the right. Their last 10 starts for the Reds starters have all been at least 6 innings, except for Clausen's last start, which was 5. That was the game in Chicago where the rain delay interrupted things, and after the rain delay, he wasn't nearly as good as he was before. Swing and a fly ball to center. Junior going back on it. He's there. He's got it for the out. 2 up, 2 down. On the second and third inning, Brandon got the first 2, but couldn't get the third in succession after 1 and 2. He'll try to do so here with Jeff Suppan, who picked up only his second base hit of the year in the second inning tonight. Right-handed hitting pitcher. 2-2 game, bottom of the fourth here in St. Louis. First of a 3-game set. Pitch. Swing and a tapper foul off to the left. Nobody on, 2 down. 0-1 on the pitcher, Suppan. Clausen. 0-1 pitch. Misses up and in. 1-1. Suppan now 2 out of 18 on the year. Here's a foul ball. 1-2 now. Infield back. Outfield around to the right for this right-handed hitting pitcher. Here's the 1-2. He fouls it back. Just barely got a piece of it to stay alive. That was the 91st pitch by Clausen. Only making the point because it's so early in the game to have that high a count. And the 1-2. Cole, strike 3. Got him looking. That's 4 strikeouts for Clausen and his first perfect inning. We move to the 5th. Reds 2, St. Louis 2 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network. 4 innings. We move to the 5th. Here again, Marty Brennan.
Thank you very much, Steve. It's time for the U.S. Bank back-to-back cashback home run with Halliburton getting into a double play with 1 out and runners at first and second. So the Reds had a big threat there when they had him at first and second, failed to score, and had a runner thrown out at the plate. David Ross in the last inning on a base hit by Felipe Lopez that ended the inning. Junior swings, fly ball, center field, deep. Going back to Gucci at the wall. It is gone, and Junior has homered here in St. Louis. Straightaway center on the pitch from Jeff Suppan, and the center fielder Taguchi simply ran out of room. Junior now is homered in every existing park in Major League Baseball. And that blow sends the Reds out in front here in the 5th inning by a score of 3-2. Griffey now ties Fred McGriff for the Major League record of having homered in 43 ballparks. Career home run number 545 and seasonal home run number 9. Straightaway center field. The Reds have the lead for the first time tonight. And here's Adam Dunn. And Dunn takes head high, ball 1.
I was just got to hang around for the new Washington ballpark to open in a couple of years. Pretty impressive. 43 ballparks.
That's amazing. It really is. When you think about that many top parks he's hit home runs in, Dunn swings and misses. So the Reds have the lead. A 1-out run by Griffey. A 1-out home run by Griffey. Dunn is bounced to second. He's also drawn a base on balls. Suppan in with a pitch, and that one's a long drive, but foul to right field. Again, this is Solutions. Believe it. Swing and a miss, and Dunn's out on strikes. Two down in the inning, and the batter is Austin Kearns, who's popped up and struck out. A win for the Reds draws him within 2 of the Cardinals in the Central. And they had the lead here in the 5th inning at 3-2. Suppan working on Kearns with 2 out. Taken just under the knees for a ball. St. Louis jumped out with 2 runs in the first inning, but the Reds came back and tied it in the second on a 2-run. There's a pitch in for a call strike. 2-run double by Felipe Lopez, and now Junior's home run puts him out in front by a run. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kearns swings and fouls it back at the plate. So Junior has hit home runs into 2 ballparks that he has yet to homer in. Comerica Park in Detroit. Hit a grand slam off of Joel Zumaya. And here at the new Busch Stadium in St. Louis with a home run a moment ago off Jeff Supine. Here's a ground ball slap to second. Aaron Miles delivers it on to first. And in the middle of the fifth inning, thanks to a rookie home run, it's the Reds 3 and the Cardinals 2. For their 2 runs. To wind the pitch, and it's taken high and away, a ball 2-2. So Eckstein, Taguchi, and Rowland trying to protect a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning as Brandon Clausen seeking his 4th win of the season. Eckstein pulls it hard to left, and there's Dunn. 1 out in the inning, and Taguchi steps in. On Tuesday night, June Butcher bunch by 1-0 on Taguchi. A walk and a run scored. He's 0 for 1. Had a hit taken away and a fine diving grab by Scott Hatteberg. This one a line drive to right, going back Kearns, draws the bead, got it. So line drive to left Eckstein, line drive to right Taguchi. And that makes Scott Rowland a 2-out batter. Tonight's game brought to you in part for Hungry 4. Got him out in order in the 4th inning, trying to do it here in the 5th as he throws to Rowland, a swing and a miss. The left-hander back to the plate, swinging and a foul on the ground behind the plate with the count going to no balls and 2 strikes. Rowland has singled in a run. He's also flied to left, that base hit. Game in the 1st inning when they scored their 2 runs. And the pitch is low and away a ball. He's now hit in 17 of his last 18. And they're going to need people like Scott Rowland, obviously, to pick it up. One of the main problems with the Cubs when they lost Derek Lee, they didn't have anybody. That pitch is up and in. They had hoped that Aramis Ramirez would have become more of an offensive factor, which disappointingly he has not done. And we know what's happened to that team, although lately they played reasonably well. The Cardinals will have to have people pick it up. Here's a high fly ball foul to left field and out of play. And continue to hear rumors that they're looking for another hitter. Craig Wilson's name came up, the current Pittsburgh Pirates, and we talked about the Alfonso Soriano rumor. And they'd really have a position for him to Soriano's liking. They just stick him at second base, the position he wants to play anyway. That's pulled foul past third base coach Okendo.
Yeah, they'd lose a little defensively putting him there, but they're so good defensively everywhere else. They need the offense.
21 bombs.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
no, I mean he's a weapon. Yeah.
Yeah. Big price tag though. What, $10 million?
Yeah, but it's just for this year.
Yeah. 2-2 with 2 out in the pitch. And Rowland swings and lifts it to right, curling out of play. So Clausen now at 105 pitches. And he would be the 4th batter up in the top of the 6th inning. Right now, David Ross heading out to visit with him. We check scores of other games. Brought to Washington over Atlanta 5-4. And the 3rd, Pittsburgh 1, Colorado 0. The Cubbies all over Taylor Buchholz and the Astros 8-0 in the 7th at Minute Maid Park. Philadelphia 0 in the 1st inning at Arizona. Milwaukee 4, San Diego 2 in the 5th. And that pitch stays outside. It's ball 3. Florida and San Francisco coming up later. Reds in front 3-2 here in St. Louis. 2 out, 3-2 pitch on the way. Clausen to Rowland. And he checked his swing and he walked him. So after getting ahead, he couldn't put him away. And the inning will continue for Juan Encarnacion. Jim Day, a real chance. Here's Encarnacion. He's fouled out to first. He has singled.
How was J.D. on the golf course today?
J.D. cried for 2 hours and 45 minutes. I mean, it's like a broken record. His short game stunk. He couldn't putt. Crying. I thought Bucky was going to pull a handkerchief out and give it to him. Meanwhile, Bucky goes 33-40 and shoots 73.
How about that?
Here's a 1-0 pitch. And that's down the ball. To JD's credit, crying all the while. He still shot an 83.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Those would be tears of joy for me with an 83. My goodness.
2 balls and no strikes. So all of a sudden, Clausen having trouble closing the door here in the inning, as he did earlier with 2 outs in the third, a single, a walk before he struck Luna out. And here's a high drive hit back into left, and the Cardinals have taken the lead. That's what happens. You continue to pull the ring out. Throw a lot of pitches and can't put people away. Sometimes it's going to get you. And Luna just Encarnacion just hit. And the Cardinals turned a 1-run deficit into a 1-run lead at 4-3. That is a 13th home run, by the way, that Clausen has given up this season. And now faces Jim Edmonds. The Reds bullpen was busy. Even before the home run was launched, Rick White is throwing in the pen, and Edmonds takes ball 1. It's the same old story almost every time he pitches. Inordinate high number of pitches in a relatively short period of time. There is no question that right now he is the weak link in this Red starting rotation. 1 ball and 1 strike. Edmonds grounds to the right side, picked up by Phillips, underhanding to first, inning over. 2 out, 2-run home run by Encarnacion, and through 5, the Cardinals 4 and the Reds 3. They begin 15 minutes after the Reds finish off the Cubs. If you know anything about them, great fireworks display with entertaining soundtrack after the end of the Reds-Cubs game. With Steve Stewart, Marty Brennaman back at Busch Stadium. As the Reds try to come back again, they trailed early 2-0. They took a 3-2 lead, but an Encarnacion 2-run home run puts the Cardinals back up by 1. Scott Hatteberg takes a strike from Jeff Suppan and takes it high. 1 ball, 1 strike. We have probably seen all we're going to see tonight of Brandon Clausen. Rick White continues to throw in the bullpen. That pitch is way inside a ball. So Clausen will have had quality starts in 3 out of 12 trips to the mound this season. And that's not acceptable, but the Reds really don't have anywhere else to turn. Here's a swing and a hard ground ball to second. Aaron Miles inspects Bud Selig's signature and throws on to first. Now Brandon Phillips 1 for 2. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part. Reds have had 8 hits. The Cardinals have had 5. Phillips has had 1 of them. He singled and scored back in the 2nd inning. Ball 1. Of course, Tony La Russa can sit over in that Cardinal dugout and know with each passing inning that he gets from his starter, in this case Jeff Suppan tonight, whenever it is that he has to turn to his bullpen, he can turn to that area with great confidence. It has been simply outstanding this season. That pitch is low, and it counts 2 balls and 1 strike. Suppan with 83 pitches as he throws the 2-1 to the waiting Phillips. And that's in for a call strike. Junior's home run in the 5th inning gave the Reds a 1-run lead. Encarnacion's 2-run home run in the 5th inning gets the Cardinals a 1-run lead. Swing and a ground ball to second. Miles, a busy man tonight, throwing 2 out. He's been involved in the last 3 outs. Kearns to end the 5th, and now Hatteberg and Phillips here in the 6th inning. The batter is David Ross. He is singled, he is walked. That base hit extended his hitting streak to 9 in the 2nd, and he scored a run. Batting .345 with 5 home runs and 15 RBIs. So an inning after giving up a home run to Griffey, Suppan trying to bounce back and get the Reds out in order. And it's ball 1 low. Quentin McCracken is on deck. He would bat apparently for Clausen if Ross extends the inning. The pitch. Grounded toward third. In to Pickett is rolling, throwing, and the inning is over. And in the middle of the 5th inning, the Reds trail 4-3 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
75 ERA, his 22nd appearance. This call to the bullpen is brought to you. Hanging on that one or what?
Yes, we are.
Okay, all right.
Luna has grounded to first. He's also struck out. Will be followed by Yadier Molina and then Aaron Miles, and Suppan will hit for himself if they get that far down into the batting order. Against Cincinnati pitching. And he check swings a foul ball at the plate, and he gets behind in the count of ball and 2 strikes. Cubs are beating up on Houston 8-0. Carlos Zambrano is homered. He's also so far shut out the Astros. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Luna out on strikes. He has shut out the Astros through 7 innings and has given up 0 hits.
How
You
about
understand
that?
what I'm saying?
And he's gone deep.
I just said he hit a home run.
Okay.
There's an echo in here.
There is an echo in here.
A no-hitter he'll take into the 8th inning.
How about that?
Yeah. Maybe he gets that out of his system before Sunday.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
First pitch is taken for a ball by Yadier Molina.
As long as he doesn't throw a tantrum in the 8th inning and throw something or get mad, but the way it's going, he won't.
That's right. High and tight. 2-0 the count. Again this year, 8 score in favor of the Cardinals. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rick White with a 2-0 offering, and a ground ball slowly hit left side and kicked around by Lopez, throwing out. He hung with him. That ball popped out of his mitt, but popped up right in front of him, and he was able to recover and get the out on the slow-footed Yadier Molina. Maybe Rich Aurelia created a bit of a problem for Lopez as he charged into the ball. With all fairness to Felipe, that was probably the reason more than anything, and he and Aurelia exchanged comments as they go their separate ways, and they're 2 away in the inning.
Yeah, normally at third baseman, that's his ball, and Aurelia was committing that way, and then at the last minute kind of gave up. Felt like he couldn't get there, and Felipe did an amazing juggling act to get him.
Here now is Aaron Miles. Ball 1 is outside. So 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th inning. The pitch. Fouled away. 1-1 the count on the .286 batting Cardinals second baseman. St. Louis beat the Cubs yesterday to avoid what would have been a Cubs sweep of the series here, and they are winning tonight. Check swing on a breaking ball in the dirt. Now the Cardinal bullpen gets up and busy. Randy Flores throwing a left-hander. Jeff Suppan on deck, and maybe Tony La Russa's had a change of heart, as Flores just got up to begin throwing. That pitch is low, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. So it will definitely be decision-making time for the Cardinal skipper in the event that Miles gets on base. Does he hit for Suppan, or does he allow him to go up since there are 2 outs in the inning anyway? Here's strike 2 call. Super on his single. He's also struck out. It's down to Jose Oquendo. And now they're going to bring him back. He gets all the way to the plate. And now they bring him back. How about that? In fact, he was at the plate looking down to Jose Oquendo, and Oquendo gave him the motion to get on back into the dugout. Why do you allow him to get all the way to the plate before you make a decision to hit for him? So Chris Duncan, the son of pitching coach Dave Duncan, will pinch hit. We talked about the excellence of that Cardinal bullpen, and they will be in evidence over the last 3 innings of this one. Duncan recalled yesterday from AAA Memphis, and it's the second time he's been up this season. And now apparently something amiss with Aaron Miles as he runs up and down the right field foul line, which would make you think that he has a leg or an ankle or something that's bothering him. Barry Weinberg, the trainer, is out along with Tony La Russa to make sure Aaron Miles is okay, and apparently he is. Duncan was with the Cardinals from the 21st of last month through the 26th and went 1 for 2 with a home run in his first major league start. That was as a designated hitter on May 21st at Kansas City, batting .272 with 6 home runs and 25 RBIs in 42 games at Memphis. Swing and a miss. Kind of interesting to note, that was as a designated hitter on May 21st at Kansas City, batting .272 with 6 home runs and 25 RBIs in 42 games at Memphis. Swing and a miss. Kind of interesting to note, he had the last regular season home run struck at Old Busch Stadium off of Brandon Glawson. 1 strike and nothing. And the pitch outside. 1-1. Duncan, a left-hand batter. There's a turn and a throw over by White, and Miles gets back to the bag. Josh Hancock now throwing in the Cardinal bullpen alongside of Randy Flores, so the ex-Red getting ready. White to the belt, turning, throwing over, safe again. Duncan steps back in. Now the stretch and the pitch. Swung on and out of here. It is 6-3 St. Louis. He cannot hit a ball, I don't believe, any better than that. Hit it into the bleachers behind the Cardinal bullpen in right center field. So the Cardinals on a pair of 2-run home runs, one by Encarnacion and this one by Chris Duncan. A pinch hit blast. Now enjoys a 3-run lead.
Well, I guess La Russa's glad he made the change, huh?
Boy, if you ever wondered about bases on balls, and the last 2 innings have been eerily similar. 2 outs, none on, a walk, followed by a home run. That was in the 5th inning. Here in the 6th, 2 outs, nobody on, a walk, followed by a home run. Duncan with a curtain call. And the Cardinals have some breathing room. That was a long, long home run by Chris Duncan. And here's a fly ball to center that Griffey will grab to end the inning. As we head to the 7th, the Cardinals 6, the Reds 3 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network. Mark in the last couple of innings, and for that reason, the Cardinals take a 6-3 lead into this, the 7th inning. Ex-Red Josh Hancock, who has pitched so very well out of the Cardinal bullpen, comes on to the 7th. And back to tell you about it, here's Steve.
Marty, thank you very much. Quentin McCracken will pinch hit for Rick White. So Rick White gives up the 2-run homer in his 1 inning of relief, and it's a 6-3 ball game. And so the Reds down by 3. McCracken, the switch hitter, will lead things off, batting left-handed against the ex-Red Hancock, whose first pitch is a called strike. That pitch clocked at 92 miles per hour. Brought to you by Road. Now McCracken slips out of the batter's box. Swing hitting a .175. 3 out of 16 as a pinch hitter. Out of 16 as a pinch hitter. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Esteban Yan is loosening in the Reds bullpen. Got his first save as a Reds pitcher yesterday. He's loosening. It's the 11th inning in Houston yesterday. They shade Lopez around to the right in the outfield as he bats left-handed. He swings and he shoots it fair down the right field line past a diving Edmonds. It'll be extra bases for Lopez as the right fielder Encarnacion digging it out of the corner. Lopez rounding second. He'll get into third, sliding safely without even a throw. A 1-out triple to right for Felipe Lopez.
Encarnacion looked like he was running in quicksand. The heck's he doing down
I don't know.
there?
It was a long way he had to go, but you're right. He wasn't exactly burning it up over there.
Like it was a spitting cobra.
Well, let's see if the Reds can take advantage. Runner at third with 1 out now. Eckstein came in for a quick meeting with Hancock, and the batter now is Rich Aurelia. What a night for Lopez. 3 hits, a couple of RBIs, a triple, and hoping to score his first run of the night. Aurelia is 1 for 3, an infield hit, and a fly out to right a couple of times. 6-3 St. Louis, top of the 7th. Reds about hit the Cardinals 9-6. Pitch. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Randy Flores, the lefty, continues to loosen for St. Louis. Steven Esteban Yan loosening for the Reds, the right-hander. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, line drive, left field, over the line going back. The left fielder to make the catch, Luna, but tagging at third and coming in to score the 4th Cincinnati run is Felipe Lopez. Sacrifice fly for Rich Aurelia. RBI number 18 on the year, and the Reds are within 2. So good job, a triple, and Rich Aurelia always gives you a professional at bat. He drives in the run. Here comes Tony La Russa with Ken Griffey Jr. and Adam Dundu up a couple of left-handed hitters. Here comes La Russa to take out Hancock and bring in Randy Flores. Ken Griffey tonight has doubled. He's homered. He's 2 out of 3. And La Russa grabs the baseball. Out goes Hancock. In comes Flores. And we'll step out here in the 7th. 6-4 now. St. Louis on top, and we'll be back in just a moment. So Josh Hancock pitches.
It's compelling. Pumpkins, watermelons, apricots, apricots, whatever you call them.
That's right.
2 balls and 1 strike on Bruntlett.
Very large orange golf balls.
Whatever they were. There's a great atmosphere in this park. The fans are very close to the action. The 2-1 pitch. Line foul past third. 2-2.
Mike Lamb had to dance out of the way of that one. That ball almost got him as he was.
So Junior to bat with nobody on and 2 down here in the top of the 7th. A 6-4 St. Louis lead. Junior swings and gets under it. Hits a fly ball into right center. Coming over Encarnacion and Taguchi. Taguchi will take this one. So 1 pitch, 1 out. And Flores takes care of the side in the 7th. But the Reds get a run on a hit. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. St. Louis leads it 6-4.
It's the first hit of the game, however, but they don't score. We go to the 9th. Cubs 8, Astros nothing.
Acquired last week by the Reds in a trade with the Angels. Picked up his first save since September of '04, which is when he was a Detroit Tigers pitcher. He's on here to try to keep it a 2-run St. Louis lead. Reds trail 6-4. And the batter will be So Taguchi. He'll be followed by Scott Rowland, Juan Encarnacion. 2, 3, and 4 batters. Right-hander delivers a swing and a grounder to third. Playing in the short hop as he was playing in was Aurelian. He throws to Hatteberg for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Esteban Yan. 30 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. He'll turn 31 later this month. And he's been around a while. Originally part of the Braves chain. And traded to Montreal, and then traded to Baltimore, and taken by Tampa Bay in the expansion draft. So he's pitched for the Orioles, the Devil Rays, Texas, the Cardinals at one point, Detroit, and this year the Angels. Last year and this year the Angels. And the batter is rolling, and he looks at a ball low. So he's been around quite a while, but a hard-throwing right-hander. So far, so good for him as a Cincinnati Red in a couple of appearances. Pitch. Ball low. Third appearance. 2 scoreless innings so far. Straight away for Rowland, who has driven in a run with a base hit. He's walked. He's scored a run. He's also flied out. 1 out of 2. Ball low and away. Reds have out hit St. Louis 9-6, but the Cardinals have the lead 6-4. A couple of 2-run homers by the Cardinals, one by Juan Encarnacion, one by Chris Duncan, each after the Reds pitcher had walked a batter. 3-0. And that got the umpire. And going down is the home plate umpire back there, Darrell Cousins, and now Barry Weinberg, their trainer. The other umpires are coming out to attend to him. It was out of the back there, Darrell Cousins, and now Barry Weinberg, their trainer. The other umpires are coming out to attend to him. It was out of the strike zone, and Rowland draws the walk, but it got the umpire. Must have crossed up David Ross. So Rowland hit by the pitch, on for the 3rd time tonight. Last time Rowland was on ahead of Encarnacion. Juan hit a 2-run homer to left. He's also singled. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Was his 8th homer of the year for the one-time Cincinnati Red. Middle infield double play depth. 1 out, runner at first. Pitch called strike. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch from Yan. Reds don't have anybody loosening right now. St. Louis had Flores loosening. Now they have Braden Looper warming up, the right-hander. 0-2 on Encarnacion. Yan from the stretch delivers. Swing and a grounder to second. He was off the mound. Phillips spins, goes to second for 1. Lopez the relay got him. Nicely done. The 4-6-3 double play ends the inning. We go to the 8th. 6-4. St. Louis on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
700 WLW.
Attention, senior.
We go to the 8th. Reds down by 2. Here again, the Hall of Famer, Marty Brennaman.
Thank you, Steve. Time now for the big payoff inning, sponsored by your local Dodge dealers. And the left-hander Flores delivers a taken strike. Jason Isringhausen getting ready in the Cardinal bullpen. They lead by 2 here in the 8th inning. Flores in with the 0-1, and Dunn swings and misses. No balls and 2 strikes. In between innings, once again, we're checking on the well-being. Chief was there to make sure his comrade was all right. And Cousins hanging in there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Batting for Dean McQueen of West Harrison, Indiana. The pitch, and he struck out swinging. 4 times yesterday, twice tonight. Here's Kearns, and he's 0 for 3. Time called now as Tony La Russa comes out of the dugout. He's going to go back down into his bullpen to make another pitching change. He's gotten what he wants out of Randy Flores. Got Griffey to fly out to end the 7th. Strikes done out to begin the 8th. The right-hander will be brought on, and with a break in the action, we return to Busch Stadium right after this.
700 WLW.
Veteran right-hander Braden Looper is on for the Cardinals. He's 3-0 with a 3.47 ERA. It's his 23rd appearance. Young man originally drafted by St. Louis, spent time with Florida and the Mets, and now back with the Cardinals.
And he'll be facing Austin Kearns, who has popped to second, struck out, and bounced out second to first. Suppan goes 6, and Hancock and Flores, and now Looper. And the last guy they'll turn to, if they take a lead into the 9th inning, will be Jason Isringhausen. But right now it's Looper trying to get 2 outs here in the 8th inning. First facing Kearns, followed by Scott Hatteberg. And again, Kearns batting. Looper looks inside to sign and brings it plateward. Swing and a miss. Reds have out hit him 9-6, but that is of absolutely no consequence given the fact the Cardinals have a 6-4 lead, and they've done it on a pair of 2-run home runs to bring them back. Here's a fly ball lifted into deep right center field, and that's in the gap. Ball cut off on the warning track by So Taguchi, and Kearns will stop at second with a double, his 16th 2-base hit of the season. So Hatteberg is 1 for 3, single back in the 2nd. Runner leading at second base, Kearns. Pitch to Hatteberg, taken low ball 1. 43,707 turnout for tonight's Titanic struggle. 43,707. Yes, that is a sellout. A base hit would get the Reds to within 1 of the Cardinals. And the pitch is there. Strike is called. One ball, 1 strike. Looper looking back at second where Kearns hangs out and misses off the plate outside to the left-hand batter. Hancock worked 2/3 of an inning, gave up a run. Flores 2/3 of an inning and registered a strikeout. Looper comes on, gives up the double to Kearns, and goes 3-1 now on Hatteberg with Brandon Phillips waiting in the on-deck circle. Well, the Reds get Hatteberg on. They'll have the go-ahead run at the plate. Left-handed batting Hatteberg, waiting and swinging and lining to shortstop. Hit it a ton, but right at David Eckstein. It'll be Brandon Phillips with 2 out. Phillips has singled. He's grounded into a double play. A single and scored. Grounded to short and bounced out to second. 1 for 3, batting .299. Quick trip to the mound by David Eckstein. And Phillips back. Looper straightens up, works. In on the outside corner for a call strike. Would that be Tyler Johnson warming up in the Cardinal bullpen? Left-hander?
I believe that would be correct.
Thank you very much. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. That's going to get another run home. Kearns rounds third and makes it a 1-run ball game. That single by Phillips. It is now 6-5, and Jake Lewis of Columbus. And as good as this Cardinal bullpen has been, the Reds have scored twice off of it now. And has David Ross at the plate, and Ross is 1 for 2 with a walk. Phillips driving in his 33rd run of the season. He's a threat to steal a base. 11 for 11 this season. Javier Valentin has emerged from the Reds dugout. He would pinch hit in the event that Ross extends the inning. That base hit by Phillips coming with 2 out. Now the stretch. And now the right-hander with a long pause. Still holding, and time called by Ross.
Amazing number about Isringhausen is 21 strikeouts, 21 walks.
I think most of those 21 walks came early.
Yeah, and he's been much better lately, and his overall numbers are pretty good.
Yeah.
That's still a staggering number.
Ken Merker, meanwhile, starts to throw in the Reds bullpen. Here's a quick throw over, and Phillips is back. The Reds' running game of late has been almost non-existent. They, for the longest time, led the National League teams in stolen bases. But I'll tell you what, Lopez and Phillips have come really to a screeching halt in the last few weeks. Here's the pitch, and it's inside ball 1. Six to 5. St. Louis 2 outs, and Phillips at first base. Bouncing off against a holding Jim Edmonds. Braden Looper taking a lot of time between pitches here. Now he gets what he wants. And he works at a swing and a pop-up behind the plate. Molina will have a play to end the inning. The Reds get a run to climb back to within 1, but in the middle of the 8th inning is St. Louis 6, Cincinnati 5. 5 Cardinals is Jim Edmonds. Struck out, bounced out, sandwiched around a walk, and the first pitch backs him off the plate. Jan hit a batter, Roland, in the 7th inning, but then with 1 out, got Encarnacion to bounce into a double play. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and the former Cardinal misses, and the count's 2 balls and no strikes. Ken Merker again warming up in the bullpen. It is over in Houston. The Cubs are 0-4 to begin their homestand. Cubs shut them out tonight 8-0. Carlos Zambrano lost his no-hit bid on a Preston Wilson single in the 8th inning. Ground ball second, and a pick by Phillips, and he throws him out. That is the only hit the Astros collected. The bullpen worked tonight, and the Cubbies win that game 8-0. Zambrano beating Buchholz. Here's Hector Luna 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts as we take a look at our... Roger will be on the mound for the Lexington Legends tomorrow. Swing and a foul. It will be an exciting time in
yes, it will.
The Bluegrass State. This deals with Lopez bends down to pick it up, throws him out. The question was, besides
A lot of good advertising.
here's a high fly ball hammered back into deep left center, and it's in the Cincinnati bullpen. Home run by Molina. It is 7-5 St. Louis.
And that's the first home run by him. St. Louis catches the whole year. It's become the worst time for the Reds.
Side of ball. If you text message or submitted the correct answer, Tommy Hume out of the dugout on his way to the mound to have a meeting with Esteban Yan. So the Cardinals have scored 3 times off the Reds bullpen. 2-run home run, the pinch hit job by Chris Duncan in the 6th off of Rick White, and now this solo home run struck by Yadier Molina off of Esteban Yan. That makes the job a little bit tougher when they send up 9-1 and 2 in the top of the 9th inning. Meeting is over, and Yan back with a 1-0 pitch to Miles. Grounded to second base. A pickup, the throw to first, and at the end of 8, it's the Cardinals 7, the Reds 5. Reds.com, where baseball. Jason Isringhausen now comes on with the Cardinals up 2, making his 25th appearance, a 1-win, 2-loss record, a .278 earned run average, 18 saves, the league batting .198 against him. Giving up only 3 home runs in 22 2/3 innings. So more often than not, if you produce runs, you're going to have to do it the hard way. And as Steve mentioned, 21 walks he's allowed. But again, most of those came early in the year. He was not the most favorite member of this Cardinal club early in the season when he was struggling, was the recipient of the boo birds here, but has settled into a pretty good comfort zone and now trying to negotiate 3 outs and preserve what would be win number 6 for Jeff Suppan. Braden Looper, 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits and a run. And here's Javier Valentin leading off the ninth and takes it high a ball. Listen up, guys. Did you know that Seth is the strongest? 2-0. Cards 7, Reds 5. A St. Louis win pushes them 4 back in front of the Reds. And the Reds would look to tomorrow night and having to face Chris Carpenter coming off the DL. There's a strike, 2-1. Valentin batting .229, a home run, 7 runs driven in. The home run to win a game on the last homestand. From the stretch in the pitch. Swing and a foul, 2-2. Hancock, Flores, Looper, and now Isringhausen. They will end up working the final 3 innings. So far having allowed 3 hits and 2 runs. Rick White, Esteban Yad, 3 innings, 2 hits and 3 runs. The 2-2 on the way. And he misses badly inside the full count. Now the Reds need a base runner to get the tie and run to the plate. Isringhausen has run the string out on Valentin. And here's a high fly ball, short right field coming on Encarnacion, and he'll make the catch. Lopez looking for his 4th hit tonight. Fans, you feeling lucky? Lopez takes ball 1 inside. He bounced out in the first, but since then has driven in 2 runs with a hit in the second, a single in the 4th, a double in the 7th. So 2 RBIs, and he has scored a run, and there's a strike. A win for the Cardinals would even the season series between the 2 teams at 3 games apiece. 2 balls and 1 strike. Isringhausen, a quick worker, especially with the bases empty. Swing, line drive, left center field. That ball's going to be in the gap. That's another hit for Lopez. He will go to second base and stop right there with a double. So he tripled in the 7th. I said he tripled in the 7th and scored on a sac fly by Aurelia. And now he doubles here in the 9th inning with 1 out. A 4-hit game for Lopez. And the batter will be Rich Aurelia. So that terrible slump that Felipe Lopez had been immersed in, at least for 1 ball game, has disappeared. 4 for 5 tonight. And now Aurelia steps in. Rich has had a hit in 3 times with a sacrifice fly, and he's a tie and run. And Junior's on deck, and Isringhausen's a guy one way or the other. And the pitch is in for a call strike. Boy, you have 12 hits and 5 runs, and you are 2 outs away from losing. That's a tough pill to swallow, but that's been the case tonight for Jerry Naren's club. Lopez edging off the bag at second as Aurelia waits on the strike 1 offering. Here it is. And he takes outside a breaking ball that puts the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Todd Coffey now has gotten up to throw in the Reds bullpen. Trying to get Lopez home from second. The look back and the pitch. And he checks his swing. The pitch is high. It's 2-1. Same starting time tomorrow night. Eric Milton will draw Chris Carpenter in the 8:10 start, Cincinnati time. And then Aaron Harang will pitch the windup on Wednesday night against Sidney Ponson. Fouled out of play off to the right. And the count's 2-2 on the Reds' third baseman. Many Cardinal fans have headed home. Many are hanging around, more than have left, to see the final end result here. Lopez doubles into left center with one out. Aurelia staring out toward the mound as Isringhausen stares into Molina for the sign. And now Richie, apparently something flying around in front of his face. He calls quickly a timeout with Darryl Cousins to take care of that situation, and now gets back in. 7-5 St. Louis, one out, top of the ninth. The right-hander for the Cardinals straightens up, raises the leg, delivers, and misses low and away in a full count. Junior waiting on deck. Isringhausen attempting to notch his 19th save of the season. And here comes his 3-2 pitch. He walked him. We'll pause for identification on the Redlegs Radio Network.
Home for the Reds. News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
Well, the Reds have the tying runs on. The lead run at the plate, and Ken Griffey Jr., who has already hit a home run tonight. And Dave Duncan, the pitching coach, has been dispatched to the mound to visit with Isringhausen as Ryan Friel replaces Aurelia at first base. So the wheels are turning as Cincinnati tries to strike a great big blow here in the top of the ninth. This inning started out well enough for Isringhausen. He got Valentin on a 3-2 pitch to fly to short right in Encarnacion, but then Lopez drilled a double into left center, and a good at-bat for Aurelia to work a walk, and now Junior steps in. Griffey double in the third, homered in the fifth. 2 on, 1 out. First pitch to the Red center fielder after the check of the runners, and it's in for a call strike. Lopez second, Friel first. The Reds have good speed on the base paths. The outfielders, as you might expect, are deep. And with runners on, they have to play Junior more conventionally than they normally do, although Eckstein playing almost behind Lopez with his lead. Now the one-strike pitch. Griffey taking way inside, 1-1. So a rather lengthy ninth inning for Cincinnati, and the Reds are hopeful that it is not over by a long shot. They need 2 runs to tie. 7-5. The Cardinals have the lead. 1-1 the count. Taken way inside again. Ball 2. So right now, Jason Isringhausen struggling mightily with his control. He got his first pitch in for a strike to Junior, but was missed with his last 2 inside. And now he throws it 2-1. And that's a strike. Number 44 walks down behind the mound. Cap off, mops his brow. Number 3 standing outside the batter's box. Steps back in. Lopez leading at second. Pinch runner Friel at first. And now Junior calls timeout. And Molina will jog out to the mound and visit. Cardinals got the scoring underway with 2 in the first. The Reds tied it in the second. Took the lead on Griffey's home run in the 5th inning, but then it started. A 2-run, 2-out homer by Encarnacion in the bottom of the 5th. A 2-out, 2-run home run by pinch hitter Chris Duncan in the bottom of the 6th. Since then, the Reds score in the 7th and 8th. The Cardinals get still another home run from Molina in the bottom of the 8th. Hence the 2-run lead. And now Isringhausen back to work with a 2-2 to Griffey. Here it is. And he checks, and it's ball 3. And the runners move up as the ball gets away from the catcher. So the plot really thickens now because on the wild pitch, the Reds are a base hit away from tying it up. Second and third, 3-2 counts. Lopez now at third with Friel at second. Isringhausen looking around, kicks, deals, swung on, high fly ball, lifted to right. Encarnacion going over near the line and will not have a play. So Junior wasting a strike with a long foul fly to right. Encarnacion running back to his position in right field. Mark Berry out of the third base coaching box, hoping to be waving some folks around as Coffey resumes throwing in the Reds bullpen. Reds trying at the least to force a Cardinal bottom of the 9th. Again the 3-2. And a roller hit to first base, foul. And Griffey battling here, 2 foul balls to keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the Cardinals are going to get apparently going to get a pitcher up in the bull. Well, let's see, maybe not. That's a movement down to the bullpen, but that won't be the case. Reds extended to 11 innings yesterday, winning that one on Ryan Friel's second home run of the game in Houston. And Isringhausen will try Griffey one more time. Pitch. Swung on, fly ball, deep right field. The Reds lead by a run. Ken Griffey Jr. with a screamer to right field, his second home run of the night. And the Reds have jumped out in front here in the top of the 9th inning, 8-7. How about that? This was the only existing park he'd not homered in. He saw to that in the 5th inning, and now here in the 9th, a 1-out, 3-run line drive home run to right, and the Reds lead 8-7. 51st 2-home run game of Ken Griffey Jr.'s major league career. Here's Adam Dunn. Ball 1. Ken Griffey Jr. is really swinging the bat. It's amazing. Dunn takes high and away, and the count's 2-0. Now the Cardinals have a pitcher warming up. He retired the first batter, but has not gotten anybody out since then. Jason Isringhausen. Had a swing and a miss. He threw that ball by Adam Dunn. So now you look to Todd Coffey to come on in the bottom of the 9th inning, and a young man who's struggled mightily the last 2 trips to the mound since that brilliant save at Wrigley Field in Chicago last Wednesday night. Dunn takes a strike. Truly amazing how fans can turn on you as quickly as they do. Isringhausen sets for the 2-2 to Dunn. And he misses high. He's been all over the place. He has really had a tough time of it with his control here in the 9th inning tonight. But what a great at-bat for Ken Griffey Jr. 3-2. He fouled 2 pitches off. A foul fly to right, a ground ball, and then hit the line drive 3-run home run to right. The 3-2 to Dunn. He takes ball 4. Now I don't know whether they're booing Isringhausen or they're booing the decision by Ted Barrett to make that ball 4. Be that as it may, Dunn is aboard. And here comes Tony La Russa. He is going to make a pitching change. He'll be taking Isringhausen out of the game, going back to his bullpen one more time, and apparently will make more than just that change. Timo Perez, who earlier this year was a member of the Louisville Redbirds, or the Louisville Bats, I should say, is off the bench to go into left field, replacing Hector Luna. And Jason Isringhausen walks somewhat disconsolately to the Cardinal dugout. With a break in the action here in the ninth, the Reds with an 8-7 lead. We'll be back in a moment. The pitch is high, a ball. The Cardinals also make a change with Timo Perez going to left. Hector Luna leaves left and plays second base. So Perez will be batting in the 9th spot. The new pitcher Thompson hitting in the 8th position. Kearns 1 for 4. He had a double in the 8th inning. And he's up there now with Dunn at first. And the pitch. And that breaking ball drops in for a call strike. So Jason Isringhausen works a third of an inning, allows 2 hits. He walks 2. And so far charged with 3 runs. Adam Dunn his responsibility over at first base, and the Reds have an 8-7 lead here in the top of the 9th inning. And the pitch. And a swing, and he didn't get it. If you're wondering about the Cardinal ninth now, it'll be Perez leading it off, followed by Eckstein and Taguchi. Todd Coffey has warmed up 2 different times in this very lengthy 9th inning for Cincinnati. Right now, he has settled back down on the bullpen bench. Kearns behind in the count and checks his swing on the curveball inside that misses. So the Reds have scored 5 runs against the bullpen that going into play tonight had the best ERA of any team in Major League Baseball. And the Reds have treated them very, very rudely, as the Cardinals have treated the Reds bullpen rather rudely. The pitch. Swung on, ground ball, shortstop. Eckstein goes to Luna. Turn it over to first. That's a double play, and that's the inning. And now the Reds need a good effort from Todd Coffey. In the middle of the ninth, the Reds lead the Cardinals 8-7 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network. On April the 21st, and then his contract was purchased by the Cardinals just 3 days ago. And there's a strike, 2-1 to count on Perez. Made his first start as a Cardinal yesterday. Part of a double switch in the top of the ninth. It's an 8-7 game. The Reds have the lead. Coffey's 2-1 delivery. And that one is low, ball 3. David Eckstein waiting in the on-deck circle. He's hit the ball well every time up, with the exception of his fly ball to center in the 6th inning. Coffey needs a strike, and he got it, and the count is full. So he's run the string out. That's Todd Coffey. And here's his 3-2 delivery. And he bounces into second. The play by Phillips, underhanding to Hatteberg, 1 out. Now it's David Eckstein's turn. He singled back in the first and scored a run. That's the only hit he's had tonight. But in the second, he lined hard to left. In the 5th inning, he did the same thing. So Coffey gets a ground ball on a 3-2 pitch to Timo Perez, and now faces Eckstein with So Taguchi on deck. His first pitch to Eckstein misses in, ball 1. Again, Encarnacion at third. He's a step inside the bag. Friel is in left. Ryan entered the game in the top of the inning as a pinch runner.
Eckstein taking. Strike is called. 1-1. Eckstein batting a rather impressive .338 versus right-handed pitchers this season. And he's a right-hand batter. Ground ball hit to short. Here's Lopez bending down, picking it up, throwing, and the Cardinals are down to their final out. The Reds an out away from their 5th consecutive win on this road trip, a win that would guarantee them a winning road trip. And right now, Tommy Hume is out of the dugout making his way to the mound. It looks like Taguchi has been called back, and the Cardinals are going to go to their bench one more time. And they're going to call on John Rodriguez to come off the bench and pinch hit. I'm sure Hume's out there just making sure that Coffey and battery mate David Ross know exactly how they want Rodriguez pitched. This has been a rather impressive run of games for Jerry Narron's ball club. They get behind, they come back. They're on the verge of a 5th consecutive victory if he can retire Rodriguez. They would pull to within 2 games of first place in the Central Division, with tomorrow night and Wednesday night still remaining on this road trip before they come back on Thursday to start a 10-game homestand. So here is Rodriguez, batting .326. Left-hand batter takes a strike on the outside corner. No homers and 8 runs batted in. The defense pretty much straight up for Johnny Rodriguez. And the pitch is inside, a ball, a strike. Reds about to hit him 13-7. Cardinals have hit 3 home runs. The Reds have hit 2, and Ken Griffey Jr. has both of them. Rodriguez taking, strike 2. Coffey a tug of the bill of the cap. Now looks down for the sign from David Ross. Rodriguez steps back to the firing line. Levels it back. Coffey with a stretch and the 1-2 pitch. It's high. Rushed that one up there at 94 miles an hour, but missed up and out of the strike zone. And Scott Rowland hoping to get a swing. He's in the on-deck circle. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and this one belongs to the Reds. A big comeback by Cincinnati on a 9th-inning 3-run home run by Ken Griffey Jr. And the Reds stretch their winning streak to 5. They win the first game of this series in St. Louis. The final score is 8-7. We'll be back in a moment. When you graduate from Hubble donation, the out to 1 and 3. These two teams will turn the page on this one and tee it up in another 8-10 start. Cincinnati time tomorrow night. Eric Milton, who's had back-to-back outstanding outings for the Reds, will take the ball after his 4th win, opposing right-hander Chris Carpenter, the Cy Young Award winner from last year, who will come off the disabled list tomorrow night and pitch in that ball game. We'll have it all for you, beginning with the inside pitch here on the Reds Radio Network tomorrow night at 7:40. Right now, stay tuned for the Brenneman Report. And again, the final score, the Reds 8 and the Cardinals 7.
You've been listening to the Cincinnati